The Geek Speak Show at San Diego Comic-Con 2017, here with someone who you regulars have seen before with us, Sean Callery. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing
good. To see you.
Just started, not tired yet?
No. I'm still standing.
Yeah.
I feel good.
I say that because we've been to a few of these. We know what it's like out there. We brought the comfortable. We don't pan down. We brought the comfortable shoes.
Man, if you haven't come to one of these, it's like what is it? Sensory overload. Yeah, I mean you got to really work out to come to it. But the energy
work out
is
like the week before, not like the night before.
The energy is really positive, though. I mean, everybody's. I mean,
yeah.
There's nothing like it.
No.
I mean, nothing. I mean, there's no amusement park or Vegas. There's nothing like it. It's its own ecosystem of passionate fans and people who make these wonderful stories.
All the pain, the soreness, well worth it afterwards.
Absolutely.
So you always have a lot of stuff to show off when you come to the Comic-Cons and all these shows. For this one, what are you going to talk about?
Well, Jessica Jones Season 2 is going to be coming up at the end of the year, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm scoring the Inhumans, this new show that's ABC is putting on in the fall.
Yeah.
And that's turning into be a monstrously fun project. They're going to have an IMAX 2-hour, like 90-minute premiere in, I think, September 1st. And then the series itself is going to air in late September through the fall.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say the little show that's on IMAX. There you go.
Well, it's the first. I don't know if any TV show has done this.
It's the first one that does it.
Yeah, it's a TV show that they're gonna air the episodes like in regular 1-hour installments, but then they're editing it.
Will be on the IMAX.
That's right. The pilot, the 2-hour. It's almost 2 hours. It's 80. I guess it's 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know the stats completely.
So have you started or not yet on that?
I just I'm working on the 3rd episode right now. I just finished the first 2, which were pretty epic. I mean, if you know the story a little bit about a colony of Inhumans that live on the far side of the moon, and then they have to come to Earth for reasons that will be explained in the story, and it's just a very grand project, one I've never worked on quite so big in scope.
Right.
At least a 70-piece live orchestra was live singers, and it's fun. It's fun. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Now we're going to do it the Marvel way. That's the fun way. When we do anything Marvel, we want to give you some info, but we really can't. Yeah. So. Is it in any way tied into the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show? And if it is, did you have to play around with the music sort of like them?
That's you know what? I'm not dodging an answer. I don't know yet. I don't know. I've heard of that being a possibility.
Yeah.
But I'm concentrating on what I've been working on so far, which has been the origin story. But I've heard rumblings about tie-ins. Marvel has the most complex system of joining things. Like when I worked on Jessica Jones, Luke Cage was about to film his storyline, and it's just amazing. And then now they're doing the Defenders, and then Jessica Jones is back. So it's a pretty that universe is pretty crazy. As a matter of fact, in their New York offices is a wall. Have you seen their wall? Mm-hmm. It has like all the characters in a montage.
Yes,
in like a
mirage. I was laughing when you said that because I pictured that.
Is it montage? What do you call it? Collage.
No, they had a name for it, but I forget what it is. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a big word.
Yeah. It's the brain of Jeff Loeb, and only he knows where everything goes.
He is Jeff Loeb, and has a big, functioning, intelligent brain.
Yeah.
He is very smart. He's very clear. He's a great person to work for because he understands the stories that are being told. How he can process the telling of so many stories simultaneously, I will never know. I can only concentrate on one thing at a time, but it seems as if he's juggling a bunch of different plates simultaneously. So I hope everyone enjoys the Inhumans. So far it's been just a wonderful ride.
Yeah, and we haven't seen it yet, obviously, the Inhumans. But Jessica Jones is a little darker, just from what we've seen in trailers and clips from the Inhumans. So how different is the approach to the music for each one of those?
It's a great question. You know, Jessica Jones has had if you saw the first year of it, the first season, it was a more intimate storytelling about this woman who was kind of alone in her own little world of detecting and so forth. And she was kind of trying to stay kind of hidden and anonymous. When she was doing things, she was, kind of hiding her abilities from the world as much as she could. She had some personal demons that she was dealing with that over the course of this season that emerged. And the sound of that show, you know, look, she's a detective. We wanted to do something noirish, like in the detective stories that have stood the test of time, but we wanted the sound to kind of have a newer approach. So we tried to design a sound that was what I called for them neo-noir, a neo-noir kind of thing, where you still had the neat kind of textural quality of the story of storytelling, which it's hard for me to talk about it musically, but it's less. It's not a huge orchestra. It's a much smaller, intimate sound with solo instruments and a little bit of a jazz infusion and some sound design.
Yeah.
And also there was some darker, nightmarish kind of things that happened, which were those are very hard to score. And you contrast that with a big epic show like Inhumans or other shows I worked on like Designated Survivor. There's a grandness to them that the music has to step up to.
Yeah.
And both are just different ways of using music to tell stories. And it's a blast to figure it out, but it's
well, I was
hard.
gonna say we haven't heard it, obviously, but the way you were describing it sounds epic is the word the word that came to me, because you have a live orchestra, you have singing, so
I would say that I would describe this as epic. I would say the Inhumans has some very epic moments, particularly in the first 2 hours. And I think the cast is really great. I like it's also, Marvel has this, you know, every Marvel show I've ever seen, I don't know if you would agree with this, there's always, it's never...
Well, I'm the Marvel guy, so yeah, whatever you're going to say, yeah.
Well, I just mean that even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., anything, especially Robert Downey Jr., you know, there's always a little humor, wonderful light-heartedness at times that's woven into serious stories, and I love that about all Marvel projects. They have a sense of, there's a sense, sometimes there's some lightness, and it's good for the story. It's great fun. Yeah. So it's hard to talk about it.
Kind of fun one.
Let's finish on a fun one.
Jeff, he's a fan of the show. He's been on I don't know how many times, so he knows I don't do spoilers or anything. But from what you've seen, give a tease. Just say it's great. Thumbs up. The Inhumans episode.
The Inhumans is fantastic fun. That is it. You got to go to the IMAX and then set the DVR and keep watching for the 8. I'm like right in the middle of it right now, and it is so much fun. How's that? Is that too boring to just say it's fantastic fun? But it is. It's a fantastic fun show. And then Jessica Jones, step up to that afterwards.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's perfect. Thanks a lot, Sean.
Thanks, man. It's good to see you again.